Absolutely.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you look beautiful. Guys, so beautiful, girl. I mean,
all right.
Giving everything.
Yeah. So, we are the hosts for this event. My name is Kaiso. I'm also known as the People's Girl, and
in newborn Philadelphia. Would you put your hands together for us? I mean, those people look amazing. They're just staring at us.
Alright. Because of so many unforeseen circumstances, this event could not begin at the time that we really wished it could. As event organizers, we're always ready for whatever, because you never really know what's coming, right? So, without wasting any other time, we're about to kick off the event properly. This is absolutely going to be the most interesting, fast,
interactive
event that we will have. So, without further ado, let's welcome the AGM Vice President for the opening prayer. Please put your hands together. Mr. President, you can represent your assistant. Let's have the opening prayer so we begin at once. Thank you.
Shall we pray? Lord, we thank you, we worship you for today. Bless your holy name. Thank you for bringing us your seventh Son. So that we are exalted in Jesus' name. As we begin, we call for your grace, call for your movement, call for your presence. Send your unction to function in this place. In the name of Jesus. At the end of the day, we have cause to say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for just what you have.
I think we can give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. That is the president of the AGM, the organizers of this event, the extraordinary town hall. Without them, we wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah, different from thank you very much.
All right. We want to make this event as interactive as possible. So we are going to, move away from here because we want it to be a very interactive session. It's a town hall. It's not a lecture. We're not, up there teaching people anything. We want to interact. That's what this meeting is for. Sharing ideas, talking about.
And I think we should loosen ourselves a bit. We should not be uptight and go. Loosen ourselves, get to interact with people. I mean, open yourselves to learning and then sit tight and just enjoy yourselves physically. So that's what it is.
Absolutely. And, just smile. It's a beautiful Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at your faces and it seems the song.
Like somebody was my beat.
So please smile, right? This is a happy event. It's a town hall. Loosen up, be happy. This is what the whole event is about. All right. In order to go ahead with the event at this juncture, we will invite our guest artist to lead us in the national anthem. Please put your hands together for Michelle Peters. Thank you.
Put your hands together for Michelle Peters leading us in the national anthem.
All right. Please let's rise for the anthem.
so at some point, I was asking myself, am I still in Nigeria? Because it took us all the way to the abroad. And I forgot about everything that is happening, all the bank, Allah, everything happening around us. I mean, thank you very much. That was a very amazing performance. Thank you. Please put your hands together for the child pictures one more time.
That's the power of beautiful music. Music has the power to take you away from your current worries and troubles. And right now in the country, we are faced with so many issues. You know, network is a problem, having cash is a problem, moving from one place to another is a problem.
Buying fuel is a problem. So.
Yeah, what is not a problem in this country right now?
But that took us away to the abroad. I mean, I'm so impressed. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so
right.
let's go down again because we don't want this to be a lecture.
Of course.
Let's go down.
We have to interact with interaction. In fact, we should limit this English we are speaking.
Yes, this is an extraordinary town hall.
Yes,
it's not normal at all. So we won't be switching. Everyone, okay, not everyone would understand Akwa Ibom, but I mean.
I don't think I can be great.
Yes, that is going to be mixed up.
Of course, no.
Okay, this is why I love my co-hosts. We are flowing. All right. I believe that everyone has this. Please, if you have a copy of this, just wave.
Just wave it.
Wave. All right. We're about to do something very interesting. You know, we've already started code switching. That's what it's called in English. When you speak English, you mix it up with another language. It's called code switching. So now we're going to play a game, right? We're just going to see how well people can, you know, translate some English words into, you know, Akwa Ibom words, right?
Of course, we're in Akwa Ibom, so
yes,
we have to switch some stuff. But first of all, I think we should read this out.
Yes,
in English. Yeah.
Okay, no, I think that will make people know what we're about to do. So let's just hit them like a storm. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to pick anyone at random, and you would just help us interpret. Right? Everyone has this document.
There's something to be won.
Yes. So when we give you the mic, just do the best you can do. And interpret what we need you to interpret. Okay, so I'm going to start with you. Hi, what's your name? David. Okay, hi David. So on the program for today's event, we have a part where it's written, let's discuss. Can you read the first sentence in English and help us translate it in Akwa Ibom? Thank you.
The future of work in Akwa Ibom.
Yes, translate no. Try.
It will gain
Okay, look at that. No, the next person now. Try.
it will get one is to change Akwa Ibom.
Okay, I don't correct. Okay, please, let's put our hands together for him. He has tried.
Yes, try, please.
Okay, you're next, please. Yes, that first one.
Some people are doing rehearsals, gym. I see some people start shaking, gym. That's you.
The future of work in Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
It will get, I don't know, one is to
Okay, please pass the mic to him. Okay, take the second sentence. Take second sentence. The next one.
He was preparing for the first one actually.
The first one.
The first one, meaning is to.
Perfect. Please put your hands
Put your hands together for them, please. Okay, so I think I should come to this other side.
Yes.
Let's see what it's right for us.
The next sentence.
The third one. Guess the third one, so you help us. That's very good.
Yeah.
My name is Joseph. Most IJP.
Japa. Yeah. You know what Japa means, right? You've not heard of Japa. Are you in this country? Are you sure?
Yeah, I know what this is.
So help us.
Something to move, as in something that is being so much. Japa.
Okay. Okay, I don't think you understand what that means in the context. Like in the way people are trying to travel out of Nigeria to go and search for greener pastures. So now, help us translate it into Akwa Ibom. Not Japa, this whole sentence. Mr. President, you can actually use the word Japa, but translate others.
No.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have someone who wants to help us with that particular one.
I think I like this session very well.
Yes.
Very interactive.
I'm from Tuesday.
Okay, hi, Ephraim.
Hi, Ephraim.
Must I jump up to make it?
Yes.
And I'm going to feel more Bible before
Put your hands together for him. That's
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's do the last one, right? Let's come to the last one. Okay, we have a female. Let's try and balance things up.
Gender equality.
Hi. You have to interact. This is the town hall. Okay, even if you do not want to interpret, just say hi and tell us your name.
You're looking pretty, so you tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Goodness.
Goodness. Okay, goodness. Thank you for coming for the event. Who will help us? How to make and keep money in 2023? Who can help us translate that into our dialect? Who?
How to make and keep money in 2023.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is
Emegio.
This place says how to make and keep money in 2023. Now you decide how I'm going to make up in 2023.
Amazing.
Put your hands together for him. Please put your hands together for him. That's beautiful.
It's not easy, you know. It's not easy to.
Even when you are not able to withdraw the money, but how do you make the money and keep it? Put your hands together for him.
Right, and it's just make it put it in your account
Let's
until
move on.
the next
Yeah,
time
you
you
should
are
do
free.
it. That's beautiful. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you. We just wanted to have that, quick, friendly introduction so that everyone who is a bit uptight can just smile more. We want to see you smiling. We know, it's not been so easy for the past how many days, but we have to keep being positive and hopeful and in the spirit of, togetherness for the event to keep moving. All right, my co-host, what's next on the agenda?
So very quickly, we'll be introducing our first speaker, the person of Mercy and Ned.
Okay, so before we have the first speaker, we're going to have a quick music play by the MC as we invite the president for his opening speech before the first speaker for today's event comes up. Mr. MC, please let's have music as our president comes up the stage to give his introductory speech. Please put your hands together. MC.
Put your hands together, guys. Put your hands together. I think we should keep on doing that as we go up to the stage.
Please, before I give my speech, I know everyone to put on a smiling face. Everything will be all right. Are we together? This is a town hall different from every other town hall. Not the Bulanda or Blue. All right, I'm actually here to give a good speech at the same time. Tell us about AGM. I like graduate organizers, and I go by the name of Effiong. Yeah. I want to thank you for coming up, finding out time to be here, irrespective of your busy schedule. So may God bless you. I want to go straight to the point, just as Brutus said, I didn't come here to praise Caesar, but I came here to bury him. I'm actually here to tell us about AGM. AGM is an acronym of Allied Grassroots Mobilizers. AGM is an intensified grassroots organizational group for good governance with over 7,750 members across the local governments of Akwa Ibom State. The support group inaugurated 16 executives, which includes the president, vice president, secretary, financial secretary, the youth leader, and women leader, including the wonderful government coordinators across the wonderful government area of Akwa Ibom State. The aim of the AGM group is reawakening and intensifying the political life of every citizen, particularly at the grassroots level. The target of the group is to mobilize 1 million voters in the state for the PDP gubernatorial candidate, President Pastor Moino, which is sure achievable. The reason behind Allied Grassroots Mobilizers AGM routine for Pastor Moino is because the youth entrepreneurs and the older Akwa Ibomites will be beneficiaries to a purposeful leadership because he, Pastor Moino, is willing to run an all-inclusive government coupled with development focus, prosperity focus, employment, and wealth creation focus, and above all, shaped by peace, security, and faith. The support group was deliberately structured to first and foremost mobilize the youth, but open to collaborating with elders and stakeholders. Long live AGM, long live Allied Grassroots Mobilizers, long live Akwa Ibom State, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I think we should do better. Put your hands together for him one to more. That was a very beautiful speech delivered by our AGM president. So very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be inviting a quintessential woman, a woman of the people, a woman who has stood her ground in terms of grassroots development and societal development. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together with a standing ovation as I invite Miss Mercy and then Mercy, a product designer. As a product designer, she develops user-centric design strategies that promote business growth, improves the value of products, boosts design satisfaction, promotes innovation, and guarantees the success of brand products. Please, you can sit. Thank you very much. Ms. Mercy is also someone who concentrates on how her customers utilize the product and navigate it. Her goal is to make an interface that is simple to use and initiate. She's also passionate about human capital development, which has led into working and founding a non-governmental organization. The Female Media Network, TEFM, a platform which has impacted over 2,000 women in the society for the past 4 years, equipping them to take advantage of the opportunities available in the technology and digital media space. She is a member of many social impact and community development organizations, such as TEDx, Bedrock Community, Owerri Business Weeks, Smurfest, and to name a few. She has received many awards from different organizations, and the most recent award was given to her by JPI, an international platform in celebration of her contribution to women community development. On the 3rd of October 2022, she celebrated 4 years of serving as the CEO of TEFM Network, working with a team of 15 creatives since 2018. She has run different trainings in Africa with focus on the southeastern part of Nigeria. Through this network, over 300 women have developed businesses, products, and services that have been of impact in their smaller communities. She served as a tech facilitator, mentor, and leader. On the 8th of March 2022, she got featured on the local news, ABN TV, Advocate Advocacy Network, and StarTimes Channel 140, where she spoke on the need for digital empowerment for women in tech and how TFN is bridging the gap. On October 26, 2022, she got featured on the global magazine Shout Out Atlanta, where she talked about the way they do in the community of women through TFN. In the past 4 years, she has contributed to over 100 brands, products, and businesses that span across a wide range of industries: health, finance, real estate, blockchain, agriculture, food industry, retail, renewable energy, SMEs, pharmaceuticals, online advertising, EdTech, telecom, products, construction, and so on. She has volunteered and spoken in over 80 community social development organizations in Nigeria and has visited over 8 Nigerian states to teach and empower communities. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mercy, and then put your hands together for having for let's go.
Thank you so much. In your own right? Okay. It's just like standing here when you're reporting it to your parents. I'm just standing here reading the whole biography. If I knew you were going to do that, because I sat down there, so I won't be tense. Thank you so much once again. So please appreciate yourself. Thank you. So in summary, he was just trying to give you more like a little about my life and why I'm privileged enough to stand in front of you to talk to you. So I think that was what he tried to do. And thank you so much for that in your home. And I want to appreciate Mr. Jensu. Thank you so much for the honor. And my guest speakers, thank you so much for making me the first to speak. So, we'll be using the slide, right? And funny enough, I'm having 90% of people that I'm speaking to as a male, and I'm a woman that loves the female fruit. So we have to find a way to do this, right? Right? Because I'm not from Akwa Ibom, but I've been trying to learn Akwa Ibom. I've learned only one, Mesere. Did I try? So you tell me Mesere in the Abi? And those, how are you? Abadi. So how are Abadi? You're coming. I'm trying. So before the next 1 year, I should be able to communicate fluently in Akwa Ibom, in BBO to be precise. So I'll be talking about beyond the election and vote. Okay, I'm not here to talk about why you should vote, who you should vote, and what is election. Okay, I'm talking about beyond it, beyond the election, beyond the voters. What is beyond it? Okay, so there's something you need to know. As a product designer, whenever we're doing a product, there's something that is very, very important. That is the factor we take into consideration. That is what the user. We are the user. All we know the ChatGPT that is online now, and how Microsoft is partnering with ChatGPT, and how Google is trying to be bad and all. Sorry, I'm into tech. I love tech, and I do my research daily. So there is something that is common among it all. It's the user. It is you. There is nothing like election without you, the people. There is nothing like a product without us, the user. Facebook is nothing without you operating on Facebook. Twitter, WhatsApp, they are all nothing but software. You make it come to life. That's the same thing election and voting is all about. It is nothing without you. People are campaigning, different people are coming just to serve you. Do you know how important you are in the ecosystem? I really talked about that. How important you, myself, I am in the ecosystem. When you understand how important and valuable you are, you will not take chances with your decision. So So that's why I'm here. So Uyo happens to be the capital of Akwa Ibom, which is the south of Nigeria, and Ibibio is the language spoken in Uyo. And from my research, I noticed that Uyo have 31 local governments. That's lovely. Let me tell you one thing I love about Uyo. I've been to different states, from what Neo said. I've been to over 8 Nigerian states in Nigeria, like when where I was going to. I know my parents took me to different places, but I've been to 8 different states to speak to people. There's something that I just find so beautiful about you. There's something, there's a peace that is in you that you may not likely see in different states. I've been to Owerri, I've been to Abia, I've been to Anambra, I've been to Nasarawa, I've been to Abuja, I've been to Lagos, I've been to Kebbi State, I've been to the north, Nakwana. I can speak people, Hausa, and the rest again. So it's just me going around the world. But there's something about you. And I choose, like I stay in you. Out of all the states I've visited, I choose to stay in you. Why? We all have the soil. We all have the ability to accommodate growth. There is a huge gap in Uyo that the people need to fill. Lagos is a good state. It has a lot of industries, infrastructures, and all. But I don't want to be in a state where my impact is not needed. I came to Uyo because I noticed that there's a gap I can fill. So why am I saying this? I'm talking about the business opportunities and tech opportunities for people in Uyo. So I'm talking about business. How many are in business here? Students? Any students here? Please, ma'am. Please, okay, ma'am. Any students? Graduates? Please, what do you do? What do you do? Plumbing. Beautiful. Skill. Please, what do you do? You're a fashion designer. Thank you. Who else wants to answer? What do you do? What's your name? See, don't invite me on. Don't say like you see. How can I pronounce your name again? What's your name?
My name is Solomon.
Solomon?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what do you do?
I'm the Tyler.
You're Tyler. Beautiful. So now I'm beginning, what am I doing right now? In product design or product user research, I want to understand the people I'm communicating with. And from what I'm hearing, I'm communicating to people that are more skilled. And you know the good thing about it? They are so needed in the ecosystem. I went to school. I schooled at Futo for 5 years. I studied public health. I'm not working in the hospital right now. What I'm doing now is not even related to what I studied in school, which is development and designing. There are a lot of people that will go to the school and they'll come out being a problem to the country. Gone are the days where you will go to school. This, I don't know how many minutes more I have. Can I have how many minutes so that I can, or just 10 minutes so I can. 10 minutes, thank you. So gone are the days where you go to school and you come back and somebody will give you a white collar job. It does not happen anymore. These days you have to be someone that creates job. So how can you do this thing? The difference between you and those people in the top spaces of what you do is the knowledge. You say you're into tithing, right? Good. So in the next 5 years, what will determine where you will be in your tithing industry is based on the knowledge you acquire. Do you understand? So it's not about luck. It's not about who will help me or who will not help me. So you have to take it upon yourself to develop yourself. Am I communicating? There are a lot of opportunities online, but you will not know. Do you know right now there are some people giving thousands online, like grants, and they'll give you money, even grant, they'll give you your money, they'll put it in your money, they'll invest in your company, and later on they'll pay them back. Do you know people do that? There are some people that don't like this hard labor. They sit down, they already have this money, but they want to multiply their money. They are available. But do you know why you not get to them? Because there is a level you have to take your business to before they'll be able to have trust that their money will improve. Do you understand? So how can you build that thing? How can you get to that opportunity? Google is my best friend. The only thing that I don't ask Google is what would I eat this morning. That's the only person I don't ask Google. But anything at all, when I was coming here, I was searching throughout the night. Knowing more about Uyo, I had to make research the first governor of Uyo. I looked at Uyo was more like, Akwa Ibom was more like a military state. Their governors and past governors were mostly military before it became what we have right now. There's power in research, there's power in knowledge. So you have to research. You have to know more about what you do. If you are into tiling, you have to know how to incorporate tech. Any business that puts tech inside of it, you are ahead a lot of people. What is tech? Posting your business online, speaking about your business, knowing how to use tech to influence what you do. You mustn't go to school, you mustn't be a graduate to understand how to use Google and influence the business you do. Coming online, coming to my WhatsApp status and disturbing me with buying wigs or buying anything, that is not entrepreneurship. Please, you can quote me wrong. But it's beyond that. Let me say, for example, I know a lady that sews clothes. If I'm not a product designer, what would I be? I'll go into fashion designing. I love that skill. You see things that have to do with accommodation, shelter, feeding, all these basic needs of human beings will always be in high demand. She sews clothes. Now let me tell you the difference between what she does and tailors that just stay around. She has a YouTube channel. Once she sew a clothes from a person, I think she sew a gown now. And it's beautiful gown she's wearing. She goes to YouTube and posts how I made this dress. She will come online and post, do you want me to teach you how to make this dress? Buy my course. Like she knows how to multiply what she does. It's just one dress, but she has developed different streams of income from that one dress. YouTube will pay her. And if you don't go broke in life, like don't keep living on like hand to mouth, you need to understand how to create passive wealth that you'll be sitting down in your house and money will be making. And those things can only be done mostly in investment or digital tech, when you are saving your money digitally. I know it's a whole thing to wrap right now, but one thing I want to tell you is use Google. Don't use Google just for Facebook and all. People are even cashing out on that Facebook. Don't just chat. Let people meet you. Before I came here, everybody on this page, please forgive me, I searched all of you on LinkedIn. I searched all of you on LinkedIn, on social media, to know people that are coming here to meet. The social media is the next mirror of your life. Please, am I communicating? Number 2, identify your interest and skill. Okay, in case you've not yet gotten a skill, you need to identify yourself. You need to know what are you interested in. There is nothing in this earth that is not created without an interest. That's a purpose. Nothing. Even the chair you are sitting on, it has only one main duty, and that duty is to give you comfort while you sit on it. So why can't you develop your own interest, your own skill? What value are you bringing to the economy? If you are not bringing value to this country, you are part of our problem. I'm not saying this because of I was forced to say it. I'm saying this because of this is the truth. We all have beautiful roads. We all have good transportation, good food. But something I say that we all lack is not like the infrastructure, the business. I'm not saying it. We are not in the civil servants, we are not in tech. There is a bridge. Government cannot do everything. We have to come up. Even government wants to invest in small startups. But you have to show them, can you write a business plan? Can you show that your business will stand in the next 5 years? It's not by having CSC certificates. Please, are you following? I'm sorry if I'm being so hard. Forgive me. Then develop your skill. If you say you are into something today, in the next year, don't be, if I'm a product designer now, and next year, my level of knowledge in product design is still where I am now, I'm killing myself. You need to learn something each day. You're into tiling. What is the trend? What is trending in your industry? Do you know? You're into fashion design. There's some style that is trending. There's all this whole tying of things at the back and all. I know what is trending in my industry. I search for it so that I will not be outdated. People pay for value, but you have to show them what you have. So please, whatever it is you are doing, put your mind in it. is like the language we speak back then, like wherever I was in Owerri. If there is something you are doing, if it's a tithing, let them remember, I said, I want to do tithes here. There is one man I know. Once you call him, this place is nice. You won't do everything, you won't do 120 things. If you can be 100% at one thing, let everybody, once they remember you, they are seeing, you will not go broke. People will start asking you, how are you doing this? You start selling your knowledge. There is money in your head alone, not your head. Do you understand me? So don't try to upgrade your skill. Network with others. If you are doing tithing, I'm always using that, but that is an example I have. Don't be the only one there. Network with people. Have community. There have community of people in your industry. Don't be alone because news travels. I'm a product designer. I'm a product designer group chat. Anything tech conference, you see me there. Any conference about digital space, you see me there. Because I know people, there are people that want to invest in my industry, but they cannot come and look for me in my house. So they'll go to a place where people like me are gathered, so I will not miss out on the information. Nobody will bring opportunity to you in your house. Go out, partner with people that do the things you do. And that is all. You might have a big deal. Maybe someone has a deal that is maybe 1.5, 2.5 million. He cannot handle it alone. You say, guy, come, let's work together. Let's do this thing. There's relationship, there is advantages when you network with people of your kind. Then finally, never stop learning. Then speak up. When I was working in a company before I stopped, somebody was a teller there. I didn't really know the man is a teller. Like, I was busy looking for where I can sew clothes. Before I noticed that the guy said, I do teller. And I said, yes, even you don't believe in yourself. You are doing something. If I go to a place to introduce myself, even if I go to church to say my testimony, everybody in church must know what I do. You should be proud of yourself. My name is NMS, I'm a product designer. I want to thank God for my life. You don't know. They don't know what you do. No, it's not written in your face. Nobody is seeing through your head. Nobody is coming to you because of pity. I'm not eating since morning. I don't care. What can you offer me? Maybe someone can use relationship and patronize you today, but relationship will not bring him back. I'm saying this from the place of experience, right? So, if you really want to be different, it's not about just voting for a good leader. I don't start mentioning him. I don't know what I need to say and what I don't need to say. But it's not about voting for a good leader. Even if the best leader comes to sit, you will not change you. Do you know? You remain the same. Everybody around you might change, but you remain the same. So your problem is not tied to the government. Maybe part of it, because of leaving my house today was a problem. Thank God for both. If not, problem. But at least I had money to enter both. So I was able to develop a solution for the problem that is happening in the country. Some people are not feeling this scarcity economy. Some people are not feeling it at all. This problem you are seeing. Then I was staying at 21-story building. One day rain was falling. You know I know the rain was falling. People say rain is falling. I'm still in that same state. And I look outside. I will not be hearing sound. Then I used to think rain used to make sound. It's not that I know that it's not rain that makes sound. It's the sound of the zinc. So some problems in this life, you think you are suffering, everybody is suffering, let's keep suffering together. Sorry, you are suffering alone. Should you take up the decision to know this life is between you and yourself? Leave your parents, leave your family. I took care of myself in school. From year 1 to 5 years, I paid all my school fees, I paid all my house rent and everything. If I was to depend on my parents, I won't go to school. But I know that in the next 5 years, my children will come and hold me. My mommy did not go to school. That's why I'm here. They will not remember that it's my grandparents that did not take me to school. So let's create a leverage for our children. If your life is not so important to you, please think about your children. Thank you so much.
All right, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Very impressive session.
so much. Thanks so much.
All right, let's do a quick review, right? It's a town hall. For every speaker that comes up and speaks to us for about 10 minutes, we want to really know what did you learn. I learned so much from what she has said.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me talk about what I learned. I think the most exciting thing that she said that piqued my interest is the fact that before she even came for the event, she decided to go online to check out every speaker and everyone that was on the flyer. That's very impressive. You know, when you come for an event, it's not just to come, sit, listen. You have to interact. You may see someone who you like for different reasons. You may see a potential customer, a potential client, right? So do not just go for events and get up and go.
Uptight.
Yes, interact. You never know who your next customer is. You don't know who will introduce you to someone.
Coming come, you will interact, let's walk.
Yes. One number.
One number, don't go like that.
You don't know when you're going to
you understand?
Absolutely. Okay, so
thank you so much.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see. What did you learn? Let's hear from you.
My name is Kingsley.
Okay. Yes. Tell us what you learned.
Actually, being here, I'm happy. I've learned a lot. Based on what Ms. Joe said, I have to what she just said.
Okay, can you mention one of the points, please?
One of the points she said was whatever you do it to your best of understanding, so that someone can learn from you and you can achieve through that.
Yes, thank you.
So actually, you should go to school and learn more.
Yes, keep learning. All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see what your neighbor learned.
My name is Namso. I learned so much from life. One actually, she said, anything that you are doing, you need to be proud of it.
Yeah.
You don't need to be hide what I'm doing, is not this, that, you need to be proud. So really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
I'm very thankful because why I'm saying praise the Lord, I see the book in there. And the sister was saying something. For what that my sister was saying, it was true. I remember the time when I'm going to tell you, sometimes I just stand up from the church and say, I want to testify. People put me value. Why I'm doing that, the people know I'm learning more. After graduation, the people to give me the job to do. Or sometimes when they give the testimony, one woman raised up from the church, tell me that after the church, please meet me. I get this small house to build, please, I want to put a tithe for the house. I said, right. After I met the woman just gave me the contact. I said, right. Some days the woman called me and said, I'm sure you are doing the work. I said, yes, I couldn't collect the job I'm doing. Because of the testimony when I do. So I see a control the woman. So what the sister was saying was true. I really love that sister for the knowledge and the check the word and nobody aiming to just the right they talk about. It just to give us assured that if you learn something, you know that you are learning and the direction for the what way to do it, to let people to understand what you are doing and thank God for what he says.
Absolutely. Put your hands together. Testimonies are very powerful.
I have someone here.
Okay.
Tell us what you learned from this session.
I learned that we should be, okay, my name is Evangel, and I learned that we should be inclined to the knowledge of technology. The knowledge of
Yeah, she said we should be inclined with the knowledge of technology. Thank you, Kaiso. I'm so blessed to have Miss Mercy explaining these things to us. It's very important that we have to understand the concept of technology in advancing Akwa Ibom State as a whole. Thank you very much. I'm impressed.
Yes. Speaking about technology, it is important that I make everyone understand that this event is actually being streamed live. So, if you have a friend, that you invited, but the person could not make it for one reason or the other, you could simply send this link to the person to watch what's happening. So we're live on Shining Grace Media 9477 on YouTube. So if you search out for Shining Grace Media 9477 on YouTube, you can watch us live. You see, technology is so powerful.
That's what I want to see. You see how they've incorporated technology into this event.
Yes.
So everybody will have thought that we are coming here and we are just sitting to talk. But you know that other people will be streaming this event online.
People all over the world can tune in and watch. That's the power of technology. And as Mercy said, it's important that whatever you're doing, you should take it online. You are learning how to tile, you are making clothes, take it online. Post your pictures.
It's not about Facebook alone.
Yes, not just chatting.
Not just chatting with one babe or the other and go planning for Valentine's. Post your business, let people know what you are doing. That's what you almost say for now. You don't need post a woman every time you post a woman, boyfriend. It's not about that. You have to post your business.
Yes.
Let people know what you're doing.
Yes, it's not just about love and posting about your love life. Yeah, talk about business. Yes. Okay, at this juncture, we see that everything that Mercy had spoken about, we understand it, right? Before we call up the next speaker, we are going to invite our guest artist for a special rendition. And this rendition, he is not performing alone. He has a very beautiful musician with him. In the name of the person, Evangel. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we invite our guest artist for this event. Thank you. Please put your hands together.
Good job. Just put your hands together for them. That was awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. That was, there's one thing about Michelle coming up here to sing for us. I feel like we're in another environment. I feel like I was in Europe or somewhere in Central Europe. Okay. Very cheap. Very fun. I saw your face. That's my amazing. God gave people talent. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Beautiful music for beautiful people in a beautiful event. Aren't we blessed?
In a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Akwa Ibom State. You know, there's something about Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom State is a very, very talented place. I mean, talented people, beautiful people, with so much to offer. And I appreciate the fact that I'm Akwa Ibom. No, Akwa Ibom. I'm very proud of that. Thank you very much.
May I get it too? All right. My co-MC, what's next on the agenda? After this beautiful rendition of music, we are going to invite our next speaker, who is going to come and give us something very solid. I hope you're prepared. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for the next speaker? All right. Without further ado, please make welcome MC give us beautiful music as our next speaker comes up. Put your hands together as we invite Mr. Rochukwu Chikwendu as he comes off stage.
Put your hands together for me, please.
Your brothers call me Udo, but people who know is do not Udo. One important thing I noticed in Akwa Ibom is that their men can dress so well. Please let me know. His name was Iberedem. That right pronounce that one? Yes. Iberedem. So that is CPMC now. So I've used my eyes to do a little count of my audience. I've used my count to do a little count of my audience. Please, may I seek your indulgence, the lady with the microphone, so that we can do a little bit of more. How many minutes do I have? 15. No, just stay there. You got to be able to talk. Okay, I just have 15 minutes.
Yes.
So I'm probably not going to talk to you. Let's just say what I want to have said. So let me do it around the way. Can you bring the microphone this way? So a further introduction. I'm a sales and marketing expert. Please give to my brother there. Yes. What I do for a living is sales and marketing. Why did you come?
My friend invited me to come today.
That's why you came?
Yeah.
Everywhere your friend invites you, you go there.
Not everything I invite them.
Your friend that they are male or female? Huh?
No.
Male.
Yes.
Give to my sister. I see you are wearing a designer scarf. Family. You must have a lot of money. What's the name, please?
It's Goodness.
Goodness. Why did you come?
My brother and
Your brother and what did he tell you? No, what did he tell you that's where you're going? Political place. So what were your expectations from him? What do you think would happen if you come?
And not anything.
That means you just wanted to, you have a lot of time that, okay, give to my brother. Your name, sir?
My name is Respect.
I hope you've not been thinking of your own answer while she was talking. Okay, so, your name is Respect. Okay, why did you come?
My friend Daniel invited me.
What is it? A male or female?
Amen.
What did he tell you?
That I should come and see what's going on here.
See what's going on here?
Yeah.
So if another of your friends you got connected to come and see what's going on, you will still go?
No.
Something, what we're expecting to get. Okay, we like going to see where something is going on.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of. Give it to me. So why did you come? Let's hear. You want to come learn something. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Come, let's give to my brother. Try to dodge it. I will use my 10 minutes to talk about it. 5 minutes to say what I want to say. Why did you come?
Actually, I'm a member of the HM.
Okay.
Well, the flyer was posted on the group.
Okay, about it, okay.
Yeah, so the main reason I'm here is because of the subject of discourse.
Okay.
In this course.
What is the subject of this? Beyond the election?
Beyond the election and news.
Thank you. So you wanted to come and get some insight on beyond the election. My brother who gave testimony. What is the testimony? Why did you come? Because I want you to go home today and have another testimony. Does that make sense? So everywhere you go now you have testimonies. Alright, let's hear you. Some people here, I can see the look on their faces. stop this mic here. Let me hear you.
My name is the same as I mentioned before. One year, my friend just came to call to me to support my excellency to be going forward. So that is why I came. I know say when I go, some very beautiful job.
Some very beautiful one.
Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful.
Beautiful one.
Ego.
Please clap for this, my brother. You know why I say you should clap for him? He's the one person that is bold enough to speak the reason why 90% of us were here. True or true? Okay, yeah, I can see the competition going on, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to challenge what you know. So most of us saw that there's a picture of Pastor Mohan there. Something will happen here. Before that day here, something will show. Am I right? Now, please listen to me for the next 5 minutes. No politician has a capacity to make you great. There are two people responsible for your destiny: God and yourself. God and who? These two persons, if you can hold them very tight, you will stop chasing politicians. Can I ask you a question? Are there some people that these politicians are chasing?
Yes.
Oh, who is understanding what I'm saying? Should I ask that question again?
Yes.
Are there some people that these politicians are chasing?
No.
Huh?
No.
Like the politicians are looking for them. Why? Why? I want to get some. Like when I came, the hall, I was not too okay, but I said, even if one person out of these few persons can live here with something tangible, I will be fulfilled. I came all the way from Owerri. I couldn't have come here just for nothing. Right? Who can tell me why it looks like, as the man we saw on that flyer, Pastor Mo, there's somebody that almost every day is calling that person because he needs the person. Am I right? Because that person has what he needs. That's why he's calling that person. So you can write, relationship flows in a place where there is value. Relationship does what? Flows in a place where there is value. So the most important thing you should do is to put premium attention on the value, not the relationship. If you attract a great man to yourself and he comes closer to you and sees there is no greatness in you, he will abandon you. Pick a poor man from the village. What government does most times is they think money is empowerment. Money is not empowerment. Money is only an empowerment to a man who has the right mentality to manage money. Am I right? Yes. To majority of people, even if you get that money, you think of the next thing you want to do with it. I know of a guy who won 24 million on betting and job. The first thing he did was to do, there's a hotel in the record Concord Hotel. He paid for 1 month. 1 month. And almost every night he was changing women. So in the next 3 months, he started looking for another 100 naira to play another bet like that. Because mentally speaking, he has never been brought to the stage of managing 24 million. So everybody here, if this is the only thing, this is my brother that is doing tiling, there's another person that says he's a plumber. Can a tiler become a multi-millionaire? Yes or no? Yes. Are you one yet? Yes. You are a tiler. Do you think you can become a multi-millionaire from tiling? According to the wisdom of that you are using. Good. So no industry makes people richer. There are poor men in the oil and gas industry. There are very poor men. I'll share more. There are very big poor medical doctors. There are many politicians that are so broke that their Vinpy is so high because almost every message that comes to your phone is from the bank. You don't understand that? There are very poor engineers. That means it's not about what you studied in school or what the craft you learned that will automatically make you a successful person. It has to be you. Bring 1 million and share across to everybody here. In the next 1 month, all of us will not have the same result from that 1 million. Why? Because before money is neutral depending on whose hand it is. Because your concept of money may be different from mine. To a lot of people, it's consumption, it's enjoyment, it's living life. So my singular message for you today, go and build your person. In Africa, all of us came from poor backgrounds. Our parents or lineage. If it's not our parents' parents. If it's not our parents' parents, to the third generation, they were all broke. But there must be a generation that will change that history. That's why they say that you may not come from a rich family, but don't let poor people come from your own family. The Gates said it's not your fault for where you are born, but it's your fault for how you choose to grow. Become a person of value. That simple skill that you have. Grow. Is somebody hearing me? This is my MC that is here. Do you know where this craft can take you? That's why I don't chase politicians. I want to become myself. So that at every point you come in contact with me, you don't want to leave me. Who's understanding that? And I told some group of people one time, I said, the greatest way of building relationships is building self. I was in this conference and the speaker said, 3 people here stand up. How many of you here is that when you are in trouble, you will call your friend and like 3 or 4 of your friends can send you 1 million naira each. That's how to know your relationship. And I was so uncomfortable with that analogy. And I said, no, that's not how the question should have gone. The question should have been, how many of you here that when your friends are in trouble, you can give them 1 million? That's how to measure growth. Growth is not measured from outside to inside. It's measured from inside to outside. It is who you are that will determine what you will give. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people, they say, oh, they pursue, we are running after one person. Who is running after you? That's the question. Not who you are running after. Who is running after you? And let me give you some words of encouragement. It's not too late. It's not what? Every successful person today started somewhere. At 13, Barack Obama knew he was going to be the president of the United States of America. While everyone was playing, he was burying his head in the library, reading, studying. There's no free money anywhere. Anywhere you see money that looks like free, somebody has paid for it. There is nothing free. The first law of wealth is the law of exchange. Something must leave you before something comes to you. You may decide now that one thing you must decide today is that you will go home and start reading, or start watching how tidings are done to improve the level that you are now. Where's the plumbing guy? Don't see it as just something you will do and make money so that you can eat. Because the difference between two people could be the vision that they possess. All the money they have been sharing for us, has it ever made us rich? Never. Even if you come here today, the highest they probably have given us is maybe 10K or 15K. And all of us will go back. And in the next 1 week, we blow it. 1 week is too much, right? And then, after this week, the upper week, all of us will come back to where we came. The cycle continues. Who is going to be very rich here? Good. But remember, there must be a price to pay. Do you know, what do you do, sir? You're a teacher, electrician. Do you know when you start thinking different? Your fellow electricians will see you reading books. What is your name? Cyril. One of them will call you and say, "Oh, is this Cyril? Cyril, they read. Who teach you how to read?" But you know, they don't know what you are seeing. What you are seeing is what propels your action for today. But the problem is that a lot of people are not seeing anything. They are not. Even in our society, unfortunately, young ladies think that the only way to make it is live. I heard the one they call baby girl life. Just find one man. I heard somebody that said it doesn't matter how old the man is. Somebody even told me that even if the man is beating her, as long as the man is also taking care of her, she's ready. You're ready. Come on. The person has so much reduced her self-worth. To the extent that her value now is anything comfortable, irrespective of the cost. Tell somebody by your side, say, grow up. Grow up. Tell someone, say, grow up. Grow up. Look at the person's eyes, say, grow up. Grow up. Let me close by this. There are 30-year-old boys and 15-year-old men. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are 30-year-old boys and 15-year-old men. year must have been added to your year. Whether you are doing anything or not, the year must catch you up. And if you say, no, let me wait small, when you go to that next 5 years, you have lost that 5 years already. I know what your energy, as you are growing old, your energy level is decreasing. If you are hearing me today, the only proof that you heard me is that you go back home and sit yourself down and ask yourself questions. And say, how can I become better? As a person and what I'm doing. And I close with this. There's a woman called Sarah Susanke. She said, I sought for ways to change the world until I found out that the only way to change the world is to change myself. So go and change yourself. Go and become a better person. Go and invest in your quality. If you have the opportunity of going back to school, go back to school. If you have the opportunity of paying some people to train you more on that trade, go and do it. If you have the opportunity of going back to where you learn the trade, to go and learn it more. Not just to start your own when you are yet an amateur, go back and do it. If you invest in yourself every day, in the next 1 year, you must have done 365 investments. And if you continue that for the next 2 to 3 years, your life will never become the same. And I see everybody who participated here winning. So, beyond politics, go for self-sufficiency. Go and become a person who knows who you are and a great person before you can follow a person. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
skills is so good. And I'm chilling with DJ Mark.
DJ, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I see we have learned so much today. Like, it keeps getting better and better, right? Each speaker comes with a special spice. You can't leave here and you're going to go back with so much
value added.
Right? There's something really amazing about what he said concerning reading. You know, reading is one of the most underestimated things in the world. And why is it that way? Because we easily feel that reading is boring. But the greatest people in the world are people who read. Check it. The greatest people, and I mean, if you want to examine and ask yourself, who are the greatest people in the world? The greatest people in the world are people that even after they have died, right, their name lives on. Their impact lives on. I mean, you could actually be rich. You could be a thief, for example, and steal a lot of money, but does that really make you great? No. People who are great are people who think, who come up with solutions, not people who steal. So if you are thinking of just waiting to go and steal in whichever form, you are not great. If you are thinking of using, okay, now we're talking about technology, say, okay, I want to go and do Yahoo because they said we should use tech. You are not great. So the same time and energy that people use to come up with ideas, to steal from other people, that same time and energy, you can use it to come up with something that will change so many lives, even after you died. Whether it could be you singing a song, writing a book, working on your clothes, working on whatever you work on, whatever you can do. But once you do it amazingly, you can become one of the greatest people in the world, which simply means that even after you died, people will still remember you because you did something amazing. So thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Coming all the way from Owerri, it's not easy, right, to come and share all these amazing things with us. Thank you.
sir.
Yes. This is 2:23. We hope to wrap up this event before 3:30. We hope to wrap up before 3:30. So at this moment, we have exhausted the speakers on our list, and the most exciting moment for this event is actually the panelist session, which is coming up.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
We have opportunities to interact, ask questions, open up our minds and talk. I mean, I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
So ask questions to us.
Yeah. So it means that during that session, if you have any question for any of the panelists that will be on stage, just raise your hand and then we will give the microphone to you to ask your question. All right. So before we go ahead to introduce the panelists, we have a very exciting young man, the convener for this event, who is going to come up stage and tell us something nice. There's really something spectacular about this man. First of all, he is not from Akwa Ibom. It is one thing to be from Akwa Ibom and decide to organize something that is beneficial to other Akwa Ibomites, right? And it's another thing to come into Akwa Ibom and see all the amazing possibilities in this state and decide to gather people. That's something really resounding. Mr. Gentle, please, if he's outside, please draw his attention. We're about to call him upstage. DJ, you can give us soft music while we await the arrival of the convener of this event. So while he's coming, I'll read his profile. Gentle AEC is a thought and transformational leader with special calling for manpower development and positioning youths for leadership takeovers. As a speaker, entrepreneur, and life coach, he is brilliant in people optimization, resource management, emotional intelligence, public speaking, and leadership consulting. He is a graduate of law from Ibadan University, Okada, Edo State. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not busy, can you put your hands together for the convener of this event as he comes to present something special. Please put your hands together, it's not easy.
A quintessential young man.
Yes.
A man of integrity.
Yes.
A man that has proved himself to be valued to society. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to do networking and bonding when I finish. We're going to do networking and bonding. Because when we come for an event like this, one of our guest speakers said, he said, just finish, and you don't even make a new friend. Maybe you don't know that the next governor of Akwa Ibom State in the next 10 years is sitting here. It's possible, right? You will not know. It's not written on the face. You wouldn't know, right? But if you don't connect, we leave some of you. Once we finish from this place now, you are leaving. You're going out. You guys are very beautiful. Why are you sitting there? You guys are beautiful. Why are you guys sitting there? You're supposed to be in front here. Can I indulge you to come here and sit? Thank you so much. Thank you. Just in front here, please. I want to speak on the 7 understanding that you need to have success and stability in life. The Lord, are we together? 7 understanding that you need. Some of you, I don't know if you remember what the past speaker said, because I'm looking around, I'm not seeing anybody writing anything. Mercy is taking notes. She's a guest speaker, but she has her jotter here. But you guys are just listening. Your brain is not computer. And whatever you do not write down does not exist. may not have come with your pen and your journal, but if you have your phone, you can actually take notes. Let me say this. I wish I can say it in the people, so that the thing will enter very well. If you cannot attend an event and take notes and jot down points, there is the likelihood that you will not be successful. I am not saying that you will not be. Likelihood means that there is a probability that you may be successful. There is also a probability that you will not be successful. The person that taught me how to jot down is my mother. Because she will force me to fellowship, and I will see her jotting down, and she has a very beautiful handwriting. So I started, I started learning how to write neatly. And once I go to church or any program like this, I must go with my journal. As we began to enter the digital age, I learned to use my phone or my iPad. The number one understanding I need you to have, if you have your phone, please, there's always a notepad in the phone. Please take down what I want to say. We're streaming live now. We're going to share it in our WhatsApp group. But it's important for you to write down something. You were born to recreate yourself. That's number one. AB, please, I need that stuff. Anyhow, just even if you bring it here. Yeah. Is it on my phone now? Okay. Number one, you were born to recreate yourself. Our last speaker, Udochukwu, said that two people are responsible for your Godwin. Please, can you come and open it? Two people are responsible for your success. He said, God and yourself. He said, God and yourself. All right, thank you. Thank you. For me, the only person responsible for your success is you. I don't think God is responsible for your success. Do you know why I said that? Can you go to slouch? Sit up very well. Sit up. You're slouching. Do you know the only person responsible for your success is you? Do you know why God is not responsible? He gave you a brain. He gave you two eyes. He gave you ears. Every part of your senses, including your... In fact, if you have hands and legs and fail in life, it is not God's fault. Hello? If you have two hands and you have two legs and you fail in life, it is not God's fault. How many of you know that guy, that American pastor, that doesn't have a limb and he doesn't have legs? How many of you? I don't know if he's Pastor Fuji sick or something like that. He can sweep, he has a family, he does speaking engagements, he has money. People call him for speaking engagement, they fly him, they pay him to speak, or he has featured on a proprietary, live masterclass or something like that. Somebody without hands and legs is successful. How much more you? If you fail, it's not God's fault. Bishop Oyedepo said, God has given you your brain so that you will give him rest. In Africa, we find a warehouse and turn it into a church. Americans see a warehouse and turn it into a business that employs people. You know, some of the things that we pray for in Nigeria are the basic amenities that others enjoy in other countries. Hello? You were born to do what? To recreate yourself. Number two, understanding you need to have. Oh, it's finally here. Wow, beautiful. Alright, God is not a cheat. God is not a cheat. Is it any way it can move? Now, a cheat, some people say a cheater. Cheater is a wrong English. Do you know what a cheat is? Someone where they deceive others. As a person where they deceive others. God, not the person where they not just deceive. If you look at the next slide, the icon that was used, God is not a cheat. You have a gavel, right? Judges use it. When they want to dispense justice, the Syrian president also uses it as well, right? And you have the scale of justice over them. It means that God is a fair God. In other words, there is nobody that does not have something that can help him to succeed. There is nobody that does not have something that can help him to succeed. If you are short, God will make up for it by giving you maybe intelligence or confidence, natural confidence. There are some people, they are naturally confident. They enter a place, even though they are very small, you just know them. Hello? Hello? Many successful people, many rich people that you know, some of them are very small, I mean. But when they enter a place, you just know them. There's this guy called Cobhams. He's a music producer in Nigeria. Cobhams Asoko. That's from Akwa Ibom, right? Asoko. He's the one that produced Asha's first very successful album. He manages a lot of talents. This guy is blind. Some of you are awake, but you're sleeping. I know what I'm speaking. I know. If I look at you, even though your eyes is open, I know that you're sleeping. You know, somebody can be wide awake and sleeping. You will not know. But I know some of you, your eyes are open when you're sleeping. This guy is blind, but he can, when he hears an instrument, he knows the particular one, he knows the harmonics, the different sounds that he makes. Like, give me this one. No, I don't want this one. Or add this one, add this one. But he is blind. Now, because he's blind, naturally, God heightens the sense of their hearing. Hello? So you see someone, for example, do you know that those who are blind, they have a stool, right? I've forgotten what they call the book that they use. By moving their hand, they can know a word. Gray, right? Now, is it gray or gray? Gray. So how did God do it such that they can move their hand, and if you do it with your eyes closed, you will not know the word. But God has heightened that sense so that when they move their hand, they automatically know that this is was, this is yesterday, this is today. Hello? Somebody say God is not a cheat. God is not a cheat. So there is something that He's giving to everybody. Somebody say, God has given me something to be successful in life. Number 3, education is not a scam. Number 3, understanding you need to have. Education is not a what? It's not a scam. Anybody that tells you that education is a scam does not know, does not understand where the world is going. Listen, if you're in the university now, or if you're about to enter university, you are not competing with your classmates alone. You are competing with the Harvard graduates. You are competing with the MIT graduates in America. You are competing with the student that went to London School of Economics. For example, Tony Elubelo did not study abroad. He went to Amrosali University, right? He finished from there. He did his master's in Lagos. Today, his first daughter, is in London School of Economics. How do you match up to that kind of, that pedigree, that precedence? Someone whose father is the chairman of UPA, the chairman of Heads Holdings, the chairman of Tony Elubelo Foundation, impacting African entrepreneurs. How do you match up to her? How do you match up to her? Education is not a scam. Go to school. Tell somebody, go to school. If you cannot go to school, go to adult education class. Hello? If you did not go to school, there are many young bike guys in Uyu who dropped out in junior secondary school. And I'm wondering, if this person is only 23, 24 years, what will he tell his children that made him not to go to school? You're too young. If you're going to live 80 years, that's over 60 or 55 years, right? 55 years of your life. What are you going to be doing with your life? If you did not finish secondary school, go back and finish secondary school. Are you hearing me? If you did not finish secondary school, or you are planning to drop out of the university, don't drop. Make sure you finish. Even if you cannot further anymore. But keep learning. Personal development. Someone say personal development. Personal development. My father didn't go to secondary school. But he trained us in good schools. Trained us to travel out of the country. So, what are you going to give your children? Say, my father this, my father that, your father is not that good thing. But your children can be blessed with a rich father, right? So, the family you came from is not your fault. But the family you give your children is your responsibility. Did you get that? If I were you, I'll write it down. The family you came from is not your fault. Oh my goodness. There are people here, they're not writing. They're just looking at me. If you finish this event and I ask you the things I said, you will not remember it. And then somebody said, if you finish from here, Ego is going to follow us. We didn't come to share money. Praise God. Did we come to share money? We didn't come to share money. If anybody is going to receive anything, it's logistics fee. Number 5, understanding. Sorry, number 4, understanding. Are you an early or late bloomer? I will explain what that means. Are you an early or late bloomer? There are early bloomers, there are late bloomers. There are people that will not be a millionaire until they are in their 50s. I know somebody like that. He's a professor today. He's the first in his family. His younger siblings became rich before him. Had money before, not like rich. You were comfortable before him. The youngest one actually was a manager in First Aluminium. And then he was doing one, I don't even know, Forever Living Products. When Forever came out, it's a networking business. He did it, made money, started building house before this one. But today I'm talking to you, that the first one, who is a professor, is richer than the others. So when you come to some families, and you see everybody going to school, have you ever seen a family where everybody went to school? Who knows a family where everybody is in class, everybody went to school? Maybe a doctor, lawyer, this. How many of you know a family like that? Is anybody depending on anybody? Wouldn't you like your family to be like that? Not that you went to school, the other one didn't go to school. That one will become important to you. A family where everybody is doing well, where everybody is, living well. That's the kind of family you should dream for yourself. So that you don't become a burden to anybody. You stand on your own and fight for your own. Hello? Hello? So, are you an early or late bloomer? Some people will make the videos in their 20s. I'm sure you see them online, right? On Twitter. You see, is it not this business I'm doing? You see, is it not this, this graphic design, this UI design that I'm doing? Somebody has made $1 million. I'm sure you see them next, right? See, they give them grants, $100,000, $200,000, $250,000. Say, God, when? See, I'm sure you applaud to your foundation. But sometimes some things that you want to click will not click immediately. That doesn't mean that you will not be successful eventually in your life. What it means is just keep pushing, keep trying, be consistent, keep showing up. If you're a YouTuber, keep YouTubing, keep sharing content. I love what you're doing. Just keep sharing content. 30 views, 20 views, like this last show we're doing now is on YouTube. We didn't say, okay, the hall is not filled, so we're not going to do. We don't know if one person here will sponsor Extraordinary Town Hall 2024. Just maybe someone, I did not say some persons, someone who is here and learned something, by this time next year, they are more time on them. And it's agent to have 5 million, just 5 million, Because you know what? I know some people, when they see the picture of Obama, they'll say, okay, it's because of Asumweno. No. This vision, Extraordinary Town Hall, is bigger than Asumweno. It is for the vision of Akwa Ibom State. Hello? And whether Asumweno becomes the governor or not, Akwa Ibom will exist, right? So that means we should be having discussion. on how the state will move forward. So that means next year, we're coming back for extraordinary town hall. Bigger and better. You're not right? Yeah, so life is about what you see. What do you see? It's not about having eyes. What do you see? It's not about what is moving you. Do you understand? Or rather, it's not about what you're chasing. What is chasing you? What is moving you? Number 5, respect money and you will have lots of it. Some people, once they receive money, is spending. Spending. A lot of money went into the planning of this event. Why? Because of, because I'm sure everybody here maybe is a Christian, Mitchell and I don't know her name. I hope Evangel. I hope you guys are here. Because some people from there, even in church, I was in a church one time, and some people was just pressing phone. I was almost about to. A part of me, that leader instinct in me, wanted to grab the phone. What are you doing? Do you come to church to press phone? To chat? Someone be in church. I'm reviewing status. What's that status? Do you know it's wrong? It's true. There's time for everything. Social media is a distraction. Sometimes I social media fast. Some people don't know you fast from social media. I said this week, as difficult as it may be, I will not post anything on WhatsApp. I have gone on fast for a month plus. On Facebook and WhatsApp, you will not die. Because if you lost your phone and you didn't get another one in 1 month, life will continue. And you will not die. Hello? Life will continue. You will not die. But some people make it look like if I don't post, some people post up to 40 slides on WhatsApp every day. What if they post? Waiting in the post, I cannot wait the next day. It always irritates me in a way. I don't know how people feel those things, but I can't do that. Somebody is complicit. Well, I'm a content creator, but there are levels to this thing. How many of us want to be rich here? How many of us want to be rich? You want to have money? You want to have money? Alright. You want to have money? How many bank accounts do you have? Only one bank account. Which bank? OB. I know it feels like I'm going to put you on the spotlight, but don't mention the amount where you get. You reach 10,000. Where they inside that OB, you reach 10,000. Where you save. Oh, you don't pass 10,000. I love that. Why you said it? When you said it like this guy don't know what people. No, the way you said it don't pass 10,000. That's a unique guy though. I don't understand. I love it. And that's the funny thing about life. You will see somebody all dressed up, nothing in your account. You will see somebody looking higher. Go to Onitsha, my own brothers, New Market, or Chanja, and what have you. The way they will dress, the guy has 30 M. I'm not talking about assets. I'm not talking about having buildings, like cash, liquid capital, breathing in the account. But you will never see him dressed in a senator way. Senator way of 25,000 that students in the university are sewing. You will not see him sew it. But he has 30 M breathing in the account. So I have learned, let me say this in person. Don't look down on anybody. Don't look down on anybody. You see, anybody can come up and take the mic. I will take notes. I was listening while you were talking. I was listening while Bishop was talking. I was listening while you were. I was listening. Because it's important, a reader, listening and learning. Don't joke with it. Listening, the art of listening and learning. Don't joke with it. So, having said that, we move. If you respect money, you will do what? Save out of everything that you own. Don't spend everything that you have. Have at least 2 bank accounts, or even 3. You cannot be crying and saying it is failing you, where there is FCMP, where there is GTP, where there is Kuda, where there is OP, where there is Piggy Vest, where there is Pocket App. I cannot. No. frustrated. I can't be stranded. Kuda, it's not possible. See, I use Kuda this one. I use Kuda this one. You can see, make up your mind that Nigerian system will not frustrate or stress you. I cannot be stressed. I have solar inverter in my house. I don't have generator. As little as it is, when there is no light and the other tenants don't have lights, me, I have light to watch politics today, to watch AIT news, to watch what I want to watch, to watch CNN. I cannot be for no way. Because I told myself that even I may not be rich, but it's the way you will manage your life. Manage and package yourself. Somebody will, just what I'm saying, make your life easy. And that's why our expectation, life expectation rate is not much. Life expectancy, before you know it, 60, person has diabetes, person has arthritis, person has heart disease. Because they were walking and sweating all their life. You hear a full-fledged man walking on the road and suddenly fell down, slumped, and he died. Make up your mind. I take care of myself. How many of you eat fruit? Banana, cucumber, and what have you? Some people don't know how to eat fruit. They sell it everywhere, in every junction. Plaza, the food there is not expensive. It's 500 naira. You buy 200 naira banana. You buy 100 naira watermelon. You buy 100 naira pineapple. You buy you eat. Sometimes you do fruit therapy, water therapy. Don't eat. Don't be eating or don't eat 4 times in a day. You are killing yourself. And then fasting also is not because your church says so. Asian philosophers, Asian businessmen, they fast. It's a mystery in Asia. They fast. Do you know what I'm saying? And some people have become vegetarians. They don't eat meat anymore. I don't eat meat, except there's no fish or chicken. Kindness. Number 6. Kindness is a currency and a leverage. Number 6. Kindness is a currency and a what? And a leverage. Leverage means something that you use to get something that you want. A value, a platform on which you stand to get something that you are seeking. Kindness is a currency. I was telling my brother, one of the panelists before he just left now, I said, do you know why Buhari is bent on making sure that the legacy he leaves for Nigeria is a free and fair election? And it doesn't matter that he is the head of APC. Do you know why? Because someone called Goodluck Jonathan, even though he was the incumbent president and had the power to change the INEC chairman, and with the state resources, do anything that he wants, said that his ambition is not what the life, is not what the blood of a Nigerian. Did not do any of those things. By the time they were counting the election votes, and he discovered that he was losing, and that Buhari was winning, he called Buhari and said, congratulations, my president. Buhari has not forgotten it. And Jonathan is the only is the most invited former president of Nigeria to ask for during Buhari's government. Sometimes they just come in. Jonathan will just come in. Media will not tell us what they're discussing, but they are discussing personal issues. Maybe he's asking me, this matter, how long did it take you before you signed this document? Do you know what I'm saying? Because Jonathan will come out, and the press will be asking me, and what do you and we discuss state matters, the normal press statement that we want to hear. They became friends. Before that, they were enemies. But why Buhari became president, they became friends. Why? Because somebody was kind enough to be a sportsman. Somebody did not say, because I have all the power, I can do what I want to do. Do you engage in some things without thinking about what are you going to gain yourself? What's the catch? What is in it for me? What am I going to gain? There's something they call volunteering. How many of us know what they call volunteering? Even companies today will ask you, we want to know the places that you volunteer to work. Because of our graduates and undergraduates today, everybody's looking for where to work and make money. But some employers want to know, where did you work that they did not pay you, but you learned a skill, you learned something, you gained some experience. Some of you are plumbers here, right? You're a plumber, right? Are you learning or you are working and getting paid right now? You're learning. Did you pay your organ to learn? Oh, you didn't pay. But you're learning. For how long have you been learning now? How long? 1 year. How many years is remaining? 2 years. So for 3 years, you're going to learn plumbing. How many of you know that plumbers are sort of scarce now? How many of you know that plumbers are sort of scarce? So you may not know what he's doing until a few years' time. When he's serious, and if he's still in HEM, and he's still part of us, I will begin to teach him branding, personal branding, business branding, how to have a website, right? How to use WhatsApp for business, how to talk to people, how to have your own business card, how to build relationship and have customer register. How many of you here on your birthdays, your bank call you, right? Your bank send you a message, right? Your bank, how do they know your birthday? Anybody that says that is not putting their name does not have a bank account. How many of you, your bank calls you, your bank sends you a message on your birthday? How many of you raise up your hand? Raise up your hand. How do they know? They have your data, right? When you were filling the form, they registered it. But there is an app that lets them know that today is the birthday of this person. Just like you go on Facebook and if you tell you today's birthday is this person. It's an algorithm. There is an app. It helps them to know. So even though they have 40,000 customers depositing their funds on your birthday, even if they are 150, some of you have about 5,000 or 4,000 plus friends, right? Every day, somebody is depositing birthday. You can't even catch up. They are able to know. I love to talk. Even if I want to talk in 15 minutes, I can't help myself. Okay, so what number are we in? What number? Number 6. Right? So kindness is a currency, right? And a leverage. Right? So I heard the story of Gospel Ababia, the former governor of Akwa Ibom. How that when he was a lawyer, you know, he was a struggling lawyer. You know, most of these men that you see, they were once, you know, some of them were even worse than us. They were entering buses and they were struggling. He couldn't really pay his rent sometimes. But his landlord was kind enough to let him be. You know? And when he eventually became a governor, I guess he used contracts to mesmerize the man. If you were a landlord, this morning, my neighbor, a landlord and his wife, they were quarreling seriously with their tenants. And people don't know when you do these things, you don't know who will help you tomorrow. You stamp your foot and say, this is how it must be done. If it's not done like this, no way. This is the way they do it in my village. This is the way they do it in Manda. You don't know that the person you're talking to will be the nurse that will be at the labor room with your wife in the next 5 days. And then they will just say, nurse please. The CS, cesarean section. The CMD has said it's going to cost 350,000. But that nurse has the power to tell the CMD to collect 150,000 from you. Because maybe 5 years ago you were kind to her, but unfortunately you were a very mean person. And she will just walk out of you. I get shit in the evening, she just leave. Because she wants the CMD to collect that 350,000. Tell your neighbor, be kind to other people. I love the way somebody said this. He said, be kind to other people. I know it. You know, you have to stress these things. It's very important. Number 6. And finally, your legacy in the lives that you touched. Your legacy is in the lives that you touch. Now, studies show that every human being will affect at least 250 persons in their lifetime. You will influence at least 250 people in your life. Let's just say that you were just a normal person. You're an everyday person, living your life, waking up, sleeping, going to work, spending money, having children, and you will influence at least 250 people in your lifetime. So you can imagine people like us that do speaking engagements and what have you, right? And we're on social media, we're sharing content, we're doing different things. The ripple effect of what we're doing is in thousands. And I heard that, I heard that from Oprah. She was quoting my Angela. Obramutu was worried, like she was like, what will my legacy be? So she asked my angel, you know, my angel, she said, you know, poet. And my angel told her, said, your legacy is in every life that you've touched. 100, 250, 1,000, 5,000. But you have to live intentional. You have to live what? Intentional. What does it mean to live intentional? Live with a purpose. Don't do things anyhow. Hello? Don't do things anyhow. Did you learn something? Did you learn something? Did you learn something? What did you learn, sir? What's your name? Promise. You're speaking with bedroom voice. And you're a man. How will you make it if you cannot speak out? What? Unko Abbas. If you have an English speaker, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it very well. Unko Abbas. Okay. What did you learn? What one thing did you learn from the 7 things that I listed? No. Start again. I didn't hear what you said. Please hold the mic like I'm holding it. Hold it like I'm holding it. Hold it like I'm holding it. What did you learn? What is one thing that you learned? Even with the mic, your voice is not loud.
What you said and how we are going to live in our life.
Yes, I said you learn how you're going to live. How are you going to live? I mentioned 7 things. What is the one thing that you remember? You're struggling to think. You're struggling to remember. Give the next person. What do you remember? What lesson are you taking back in all the things I said? Kindness. You have to be kind is the last thing that was almost the last. So you remember it. Is it only to be kind? That's the only thing you remember. See what I'm saying?
Don't write down. You will forget.
If you don't write down, if you do not write down, you have a phone, right? You don't have a phone. You don't have a phone. You have a phone. You don't have a phone. What happened to your phone? They stole it. Eh? This is your bedroom voice. I'm tired. I sorry, I forgot your name. If what did you answer? I see you writing, you know, your fine smartphone. Yes, I forgot it's your PA. I remember it now. Yeah. So
from what you've told us, 7 understandings.
No. What did you learn? I want you to put it in your own words. Don't just say what I said. Yes.
What I've learned is, number 1, most important, education is not skill.
Yes.
Then another one is respect money.
Yes.
And have lots of it. I think those are 2 major.
What does that mean to you? When you say respect money and have lots of it, what does it mean to you?
Well, to me, if
you're confident of yourself.
Okay. Respect money and have lots of it. Well, I think it has to be respected.
Do you spend money so much, or do you? Can you give an account of the money you spent in the last 1 month?
Last 1 month, yeah.
You can give an account?
Yes.
Okay.
And not being extravagant. So, like you said, keep account of.
Yes. I want 2 persons to ask me a question before I leave. Because after now, we are going to do quick. Okay, are we doing spoken and public, or is Mitchell going to do a performance?
Yes.
Now we're supposed to have a panel session, but it's going to be short, right?
Yes.
It's going to be very short. I need 2 persons to ask me a question. 2 persons. Okay. 2 persons. Okay.
Please, for my question that for the item number payment for the school when somebody you have the talent to go to school. Please, for the question we're trying to ask, if the person who has support, I can help go to this.
Okay. You were here when Miss Mercy spoke, right? You remember? She said she self-sponsored herself through school from year 1 to year 5. And when you say year 5, it's almost 7 years ago. When you had all this strike, almost 7 years. Almost 7 years. She self-sponsored herself in school. If you were listening, you will learn the things that she said she did. Do you remember how they were reading who she was when she was standing here? And it was very long. Do you remember? Those things that we were reading were the things that she was doing while she was in school. As a student, she was doing those things. And getting small money. Paying her house rent and her school fees. So if you don't have somebody to sponsor you, start doing something. As you're making the money, you start doing what? Sponsoring yourself. Yes. I thought you would clap. I thought you guys would clap. Value wisdom. Value knowledge. Value knowledge. Alright, yes.
Alright. First of all, that's mine is not really much of a question. Mine is just, if I may, a little emphasis on what you say with regards to respecting money and having lots of it. You know, a lot of us believe that making money is difficult. But personally, I believe that it's actually multiplying money. That's where the problem is. Because I can say every one of us here at least a week rather makes at least 5,000.
Some people don't. In Nigeria today.
Okay, let me say in a month.
Yes.
Okay, but in a day when it comes
either make or that 5K.
Yes, and in a day money gets into your hand and it you need to do the same thing. But having the mindset to actually keep the money and multiply it is where a lot of us have problems. Now, granted, some of these I wouldn't call them flaws because they are not essentially flaws, but some of these attributes or mindsets of the way we are built, certain parts down to us from our parents or from people that we look up to, from even verbal non-affirmations like I'm not Bill Gates or I'm not Rockefeller.
Are we listening to what he's saying?
When you hear that periodically as a child, you then grow the mindset that money is difficult to get. Those people who are rich have done something, should I say treacherous, or they have ripped someone off to get that wealth. Although sometimes it's the case, but it's not always the case. Yes. So I feel like a lot of us have to unlearn what we have already learned and then relearn the proper way. Because
so the emphasis is not just on making the money, but just multiplying the money.
Multiplying the money, and that's where the respect comes in. Because whether you like it or not, no matter how much you save, you can never be Elon Musk.
Yes.
You can never.
First of all, you have to save. Let's start talking about investments. Because it's the person that saves something that has to invest.
I understand you, I'm not trying to argue with you, but what I'm saying is, there's this mindset that wants to save. That's why personally I don't like 9 to 5. Because there's this comfort that you get with 9 to 5 where you're expecting something at the end of the month. And that is what savings will also do to you. Where you don't have the zeal to take risk. Understand? The security there also becomes a prison for you. Where you're not.
So what's the summary?
My summary is as much as we make money and respect money, we also have to learn how to make money work for us. You understand? You have to make money work for you also. As you're earning money, as you're saving money, you also have to be able to or be willing to learn how to invest that money in the right way for you to make more money tomorrow. And that's it.
Thank you very much. The challenge in Nigeria today is not investing money. It is making Nigeria today. The challenge is in making the money, having the money. And right now, it's not just in having the money, it is seeing the money, the cash to spend. Okay, maybe you have something to say. Is there a question? Okay, so just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So, in response to what that guy said, now I heard him talk about investing and not really saving money. But then I think we have to, talk about proper money management. Because it's not every investment that you do. Do you get? So when you have the money, whether you're saving it or you're not, you have to manage the finance you have properly. Now that's where respecting money comes in. Because when you respect money, you manage it properly. you know that before you do any form of investment, you do proper analysis of that investment, what it can bring through for you, and the dangers associated with it. So that's how you respect money.
Okay, thank you. You know what I'm smiling? If you see the subject of money, if we start it, we will not be here. You know, I just made a point so that it will just build on it. The issue of money is broad, it's wide. But first of all, you need to know what has God given me for free that I can use to make a fee. That question.
Just as you said, everybody have different skills for when it comes to money. So I don't want to talk about money. Now I want to shed more light on whether you are a late bloomer or you are early bloomer. Please, I don't think everybody on the stage want that. Can you just probably throw more light on the standing?
Okay, early bloomer and late bloomer. Oh, you didn't understand that? It basically means those that will make it early in life and those who will make it late in life. Right? So, for example, you have Davido. He's 30 years, I mean. He's 30 years, right? And why you guys acting like you're not a Davido fan? I'm not a fan, but how many of you are Davido fans here? How you guys looking at me like you're in the church? You know, when you're in the church, the pastor is talking about sex. Everyone will now do the eyes like they're in the spirit. Davido is 30, he's a billionaire. He has an aircraft. He has a private jet. How many 30-year-olds in Nigeria? 2. Because first of all, as he was starting his career, his dad gave him $1 million. Messi, who has given you $1,000 to invest in TFM? Has anybody invested $1,000 in TFM? She's doing so much. She's doing so much. I learned about her even before she graduated. You know? So, if that is life, everybody doesn't have the same opportunity. So, some people will make it early, some people will make it late. It doesn't mean that they are failures. It's just when life happens to them. Ecclesiastes, time and chance. Time and chance. Abba was struggling. Somehow, he entered PDP. Somehow, somebody saw that this guy is an orator, and this guy is intelligent. And he was playing his card very well. And they put him. He won the primaries, and he became the governor. Right? There are his other mates, his classmates, that are still struggling by the time. So life is like that. So early bloomers are early successful people. Late bloomers are late successful people. And they are not failures. Do you understand now? Alright. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. And
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Gentle.
You know one thing about Mr. Gentle that I appreciate? He knows how to hit the head on the nail. He will tell you the truth without, he's not scared of your face. He will tell you what it is. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mr. Gentle.
Alright, we have an
He was shaking tables, so sorry. He was shaking tables. My heart was like, Jesus, man, it's calling my name. It's calling my name. Just the point, your information was saying, Wahala Day. And you know, at some point, when we started talking about the cash, in my head, I was like, OAG cash, chopping and spending the money. Why should I not spend the money, you know? But thank goodness, we've had a town hall with tonight. We are learning, we are unlearning, and we are relearning. And that's what beautiful part of it. Just put your hands together for Mr. Jensen. I appreciate it.
He is truly an orator. First class.
Exactly.
Alright, we are about to have our panel session. As you can see, the seats have already been arranged. But before we move to the panel session, we are going to have the final music rendition for today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the last time. Let's welcome the impressive and beautiful Michelle and Evangel. Please put your hands together. Their voices are so amazing.
Maybe they're taking us to Ukraine now because it's always giving. Their performances are always giving.
If you
Wow! They really saved the last performance.
Let's go, guys. So let's try it. Look after my eyes, and we'll sing it together. You know, I saw them looking at each other. They never see. She was just giving everything. Look at me. Let's try. Because I don't have anybody to look at her eyes and tell her they never see. And just try. They never see me. No, I don't like that face. I don't like that face, guys.
No, let's
I don't like that face. No, let's just try it again. Thank you very much. That was a beautiful performance. Thank you for bringing us back to Nigeria. Yeah. You know, the other performances were giving us, they're giving us the great vibes and sessions, but you brought us back to Nigeria. Please, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
I hope you enjoyed that session, right? Yeah, that's what.
I saw you dancing now. I said, guys, so good, people's girl. I saw you vibing. I know. They don't know you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, impressive ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to have our panel session. We have our amazing first speaker, Messiene. She will join us for the panel session. MC, please give us soft music as our panelists come up stage. Mr. Elijah, you are part of the panelists. Are you? Thank you. Mr. Gentle, are you joining the session? Mr. Smart? Okay, please join us. Okay, Abasiema, please join us. Join us. Let's
put your hands together for them now. It's easy. It's not easy. Encourage them. Personally, I've been looking forward to this session because to give us an opportunity to interact, ask questions,
in every way possible. Whatever you do, when you do it great, you're making Akwa Ibom an amazing place. It's gentle. Okay. All right. I believe everyone has a copy of the program because this panel is actually going to discuss what we have on the cover of the program. So when we started the event, we had this game where we tried to translate some of the sentences into Akwa Ibom, and it was fun. So we will discuss. Panelists, hi, merci. Thank you for sticking around. We are really grateful to have you as our only female speaker. Yeah, she is the only female speaker, and we love everything that you represent. Mr. Basima, thank you for being here. Okay, let's quickly go into the session. So, this is a town hall, right? We are only here because, we are the panelists, but you all get ready with your questions, whatever questions you have that are in sync with the topics that we have. We have, let's go, let's discuss. Let's read out what we have.
Okay. The future of work in Akwa Ibom.
Yes, we have activating Akwa Ibom State as the fastest growing economy in Nigeria.
Must I jump back to make it?
I love the way you say that jump back. Okay. Yes, then how to make and keep money in 2023 is what they were just discussing about. And finally,
empowering the tech ecosystem in Akwa Ibom State.
Yes, so if you have any question concerning all these topics, anything you think you should ask, or a contribution you'd love to make, because we're all here to learn from one another. As soon as the panelists are done discussing, the microphone will send down for anyone to ask a question or make their contribution as far as they're related to these topics. Okay, so let's begin with our beautiful speaker. Yes, Mr. President, how can you be down there? You are supposed to be here. Please join us.
Please put your hands
together for the President of the Allied Grassroots Mobilizers. Without them, this event will not be possible. So,
welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So, we were about asking our beautiful female speaker. Let me ask a question about the future of work in Akwa Ibom because of what she said. She said she intentionally chose to be in Uyo. She did her research. I mean, she has traveled to different parts of Nigeria, and she was like, I want to be in Uyo because there's a gap that I see in Uyo, and I want to contribute to that gap. Now, with all the work you do in your brand, with all the trainings you organize and everything that you do, what do you think, as people from Akwa Ibom, as youths in Akwa Ibom, what do you think we should really focus on? Like, you talk about the gap that you see, right? What do you think the youths in Akwa Ibom should focus on in order to close that gap?
Thank you so much. Okay, I'll start from examples, getting examples. Like what Mr. Jensu said, most of the experience I had was when I was still a student. I started doing entrepreneurship journey right from my 200 level school. So I used Futo, that was where I went to school, as a grassland. I used it as a place of, they call it university. In Igbo, it means more like to research, to know. It's not just going to the classroom. So then, Futo was known for a school that everything is book. That was then. And people come out of Futo, yes, they come out to graduate, but we know the numbers of graduates that come out to the country and still look for a job that's not available. So people understood this and we took it into ourselves to develop ourselves by making trainings, workshops, skill acquisition. Now somebody's living through though, even with a first class, you have a company, you get. So right now, I'm no longer in football, but I look back at those people there, I noticed that a lot of things were really trending. People are doing workshop after school in the morning, they'll do workshop in the evening. They are thinking globally, they're not thinking limited to the classroom, the walls of the classroom. So I want to use that as an example right now. I've not spent so much years in Wheel, but I really know that what we need is mind transformation, right? I think we need to organize more stuff like this, more workshop, where people are changing their mindsets. You cannot become what you do not become upstairs. You have to think globally. So I think the future of working at Akwa Ibom in New York precisely is the minds of the people. The minds of the people need to be upgraded, they need to be changed, need to be challenged. And with that, it may not happen 1 year, 2 years, but we believe it start a trend. The next set of people will continue from where we start.
Okay, amazing, thank you. So you're saying that the youth in New York have to be the one to start thinking globally. They don't have to wait for the governor, because really, what can the governor really do, right? The governor can only assist in, by doing certain things that governors are supposed to do, but it starts with yourself. You do not have to wait until you are a graduate, right? That's what you're saying. Right from even secondary school, you can start learning something. When you get into the university, you continue with that thing you're doing, because you obviously know that the fact that you studied law, for example, okay, Mr. Gentle, our convener, he studied law, but does that mean he cannot do any other thing? Yeah, so we now know that you should not really rely on what you studied in school. Start doing something. Identify your skill and proceed with it. All right.
Sure, I want to ask you a question, please. Very easy one and very simple one. So how were you able, at your university stage, to strike a balance between your work and schooling at that period?
Then I was going to school. Lecture times are mostly 9 in the morning to 2 p.m. So this is like every average Nigeria student have time for parties. They have time for birthdays. No matter if they are going to school, you don't ask them how come you have time to go for parties when you are a student. That means there is always time. Some people don't even prepare for their examination during few days to the exam. What I'm trying to say is about time management. I was not privileged to be among the whole social events. You don't see me everywhere. I always tell myself things that diamonds are not seen everywhere. I just used to cover up, but the truth is I don't attend parties. Sometimes I think I'm not living a life, but after school I noticed that I lived my life. So it's just about time management. You go to school, you read at night, I go to the studio and all during the afternoon and all. It's just time management.
Okay, Mr. Abbasiyama, I'll be directing this other question to you. Mr. I don't want to be dramatic about this, trust me. But Mr. Abbasiyama, look at me very well. Look at me from head to toe. Must I jump back to make it? Please, can you answer that question? Must I jump? Why do we have to go out to make it?
Thank you for that question. Now, I don't really think you have to jump out as a calling to make it. You see, in Akwa Ibom State, we have lots of resources that are available to Akwa Ibomites. There are lots of information, like they say, information and knowledge is power. There are lots of information that you can get access to that can actually change your life. As I'm a student, I'm a final year student of the University of Calabar. Now, I don't really have Java in my plans at all. Now, as I am right now, I'm taking courses, extra courses, that are out of my university work. Now, that's because I've seen value. Currently, the world itself is evolving, and I'm not saying everybody should be a techpreneur or a tech person. But there are soft skills that you can actually learn, and you can make those things work for you right while you're here in Nigeria. So, like, Diana, the woman, here of work Akwa Ibom, maybe Lagos, or work maybe US. I took out US and and that money you have, I hope when you're here, people want to work for me. Like somebody said he's a plumber. Someone said he's a plumber.
Not just one person.
Okay, yeah, there are lots of persons, but you have skills, you have handwork, you have things you're doing. So now, instead of thinking of leaving Akwa Ibom State, why not think of ways that you can actually develop yourself so much that you contribute to the success of the state? And because if you're currently having lots of brain drain in the state, people are migrating to happy places like Lagos, people are leaving to ABJ, people are leaving the country. So, in our was say, okay, your money. So, I say, we'll see you if we don't see that, or say, minor. And because it's the things you love that you can actually use to create value for yourself. So, look at the things that you know that you can do, the things you know you're very good at, improve on those things. Then you surely make it. So, now it's a step at a time. So, you don't really have to leave. You don't need to leave the state to make it. There are things that you can actually work with and grow. And God willing, as of now, as a man, it's going to get better. Thank you very much.
Okay, concerning Japa, I think I have to bring this balance to it. We have to be very objective, right? The people who are traveling out of Nigeria because they feel, there are greener pastures, right? There are people who eventually travel and they go there and they come back because they could not make it there. And then there are people who go there and they actually make it. So I think it's about you and what you want. Because obviously there are things that you want to work on that you cannot work on in Nigeria. For example, I love swimming. I would love to, learn how to I would love to learn free diving. That is not available in Nigeria. So if I want to do that, it means I must Japa in quotes, right? So Japa is not for everybody. There are levels. There's a time that you need to focus on yourself in Nigeria. And if there is anything you need, for yourself that is not available in Nigeria, then of course you should travel. You should Japa and then go learn that thing and come back, right? So I think that's what I will say. But do not just wake up and say, oh, okay, because of the ways where you traveling, they have a broken day, plan. Do not just leave Nigeria because you think it is green and there. No, people are washing toilets.
Of course.
People are sweeping, people are doing things outside the country that they tell them to do here, they'll be like, So it's better you stay in Nigeria and wash that toilet and learn everything you need to learn than to go and stress yourself in a country that you will end up regretting. So do not just join people and travel. Some people have lost their lives, right? I'm saying this because we do not take into consideration so many people have lost their lives in big bodies of water because they're trying to cross over to another country. Swimming, they don't know how to swim. But you want to go and cross over to another country. That's not sensible. So stay in your country, even if you miss washing toilets, wash it and ensure that you have something solid before you travel. Because that place you are traveling to, you are looking for the very best. And if you are not the very best, nothing for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just in case you have refused to listen to everything we are saying here, and you still want to swim, to travel, you can take swimming lessons from the kind of because you're also a good swimmer, guys.
Yes, but please, I don't want you to go and dive in the water just because you want to travel, right? Save up your money and fly through the air. Don't go through the water if you cannot swim. All right, Mr. President, we would love to hear from you concerning this Japa conversation.
Thank you very much. This issue of Japa has become a point. in the mouth of even the politicians. Well, I think to whom much is given, much is expected. You don't have what to offer, you jump up. When you have what to offer, you do what? You stay. That's from my personal standpoint. I think the issue of job buying has to do with the mindset. There's a message I shared with my wife. I told my wife that I'm married to a very lonely wife. Yes, she was supposed to be there. But due to some circumstances, she couldn't be there. I appreciate my wife so very much. He knows about that. Please don't be intimidated, Mr. Jensen. You marry very soon. Alright. So as I was saying, to whom much is given, much is expected. I would tell my wife that if there's any country I would never like to miss is Nigeria. We have so much opportunity in Nigeria. We have so much to actually actualize here in Nigeria. Although people say the government is bad, but I try to extract the positive aspect of any circumstances. You get, I'm actually a graduate and a master's degree over there. But I will tell you that what I survived for my family is not what I studied at university. You understand? So instead of me thinking of leaving the country, I think of creating something for myself. Because when you start to create, when you procreate, just like Mr. Jenju said, you have to create something to make money from it. I do a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I'm a professional guitar player. I feel I'm a man myself. I play, I sing, yeah. I'm a graphic designer, a premium graphic designer. I work as a remote worker. I stay here in Nigeria and I work with a company in the UK. And I get paid handsomely. So if you put your heads down, think of what to give to society. There are much opportunities in Nigeria that if you embrace, the issue, this mindset of job buying will completely collapse from your mind. So in my own opinion, I think you have to work with your own mindset. You have to work with your thought process. When your thought process is snowball to what is currently ongoing and take advantage of what we have, just like Jenju said, leverage on what you have, leverage on what people want from you and what you can get from other people. So once you do that, you won't think of leaving the country. Thank you very much. That's what I have to say.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Sorry, just before you move on to the next one, I just want to add to what you say. So technology has made everything really easy for us now. So you can stay where you are. Do you know that there are Nigerians who do stuff for other people outside? That place you want to jack back to. Nigerians are doing stuff and they are paid in dollars. They are paid every week, every day. They are paid. So just develop yourself, work on yourself, build on yourself, utilize yourself. You have so much to offer, you have so much to give. So you can stay at the comfort of your home, doing those stuff, and you are making your money. So you don't necessarily have to jack back. Komeko, thank you very much.
All right, we've covered two of the topics for discussion. Let's quickly wrap up with the three remaining bullet points. All right, so how to make and keep money in 2023. That was a topic for discussion earlier, and the speakers, okay, Basema also said something about it. So it's pretty much understanding that you need to have different sources of income. The way the world is right now, right, the biggest names, you cannot mention any billionaire or billionaire who has only one source of income, right? Give me names. Dangote, right? What are his sources of income? Different, right? You're not going to, for example, we keep using the plumber. Let's use another person, the tailor. Okay, the tiler. So for example, you learned how to tile the floor. The next thing you can decide to do is to actually learn how to manufacture the tile itself. And that may require that you jack back, right? Which is okay. So, apart from learning how to tile, you need to ask yourself, what else can I learn that is in sync with this my industry? Because it's not only by tiling that you will be able to provide all your needs. So we have to think outside the box. Whatever industry that you're in, whatever you're doing, there are more than one, there are more than one option. So always think, okay, maybe I'm sewing this gown. What else can I do? Can I start selling the thread that I used to make this gown? Can I start creating videos and posting it online? Can I start teaching children? Because we've been saying it, you do not have to wait until you become a graduate. If you are in a secondary school, for example, these secondary school children can actually start learning how to sew. So if you know how to sew, why not create a package and go meet whoever, that is in government? I don't know. If you have that knowledge, you can decide to create a program to impart it into the younger generation. So there are so many ways. It's just for you to sit down, as you said, okay, maybe walk by me, what should I do? Do not just think in one direction. You need to have different sources of income. Your main source of income and other sources of income. If you have only one source of income and you are here, when you go back home, think, what else can I add to my arsenal? Because if you want to make it really big, you need to have different sources of income. It's that simple. Nobody in the world ever became a millionaire by just doing one thing, right? Okay, I think that covers, so that we'll just go to the next one. Okay, now let's ask the beautiful lady. She is, a techpreneur, so this question is very essential for her. Now, in the tech ecosystem in Akwa Ibom, I'm sure you attend lots of tech events and all that. How do you think the government, right? I would have really loved for the PDP gubernatorial candidate to hear. This question would have been very relevant for him. So now, Akwa Ibom has the potential to become, after Lagos now, after Lagos, Akwa Ibom has what it takes to become another tech hub, because we have everything. The land, the youth, just the peacefulness of the state is something that has to be understudied in Suka. For real. So how can the government, as a tech entrepreneur, right, if the gubernatorial candidate were here, what would you tell him? Sir, we need these younger children to start learning tech skills, right? Yes, we know they'll be teaching them how to draw frogs and chickens in, the different subjects we teach them in school, things that are not essentially necessary. How can we ensure that tech, the study of different tech skills, is added in our curriculum? Because I feel like if the Ministry of Education in Akwa Ibom decides that, henceforth, we're going to have tech education as a compulsory subject, okay, maybe not compulsory, but I think if it's compulsory, it makes sense, because that's where the world is going, right? If mathematics and English is compulsory, why shouldn't technology be compulsory? So if the government decides that, okay, we need to add tech education so that the younger children will start learning. So if we want the younger children to key into tech, we have to teach them, right? So how would you advise the governor? Let's imagine we have the PDP gubernatorial candidate. What would you tell him to do to ensure that Akwa Ibom State, the Ministry of Education, taps into the wild and expansive flow of the tech money?
Okay, this is a very solid question. No, thank God you already gave me some insights on things the government can do. Okay, I'm just looking at my life, and I know we keep saying tech, but there's a frustration that comes in when you are a tech personnel and you don't get penny from the skill you have. Looking at Lagos, learning from Lagos, why do people appreciate Lagos? Why do people, if you are not yet in Lagos, it's like you've not started the tech career? If you don't blame them, number one is the pay. The highest tech company in Billionaire, I don't know, based on my research, have an average of 100K salary. I don't know if I'm wrong, but this is too low. What will you buy? How much will you buy data? Like, I've actually gone to a place where you're telling me 50K.
For your
yes. Yes. And they want you to leave the house 8 a.m. and come back 9 to 5. 50K is much.
Oh, there are people that pay lesser. I think that's a big deal.
So, you don't expect, how much is a course? When I was learning product design, I paid 40K to start getting a course online that lasted for a month. I'm not talking about the book I bought. So if you're looking at it as a business, I know business mind, you don't understand this, but it's online. Because just imagine you are buying food, okay, you're buying cassava, you're buying all these things, and when you sell your food, your return on investment is not equating to what you use in investing in what you bought for the food. So that's how tech skill is. These people are seeking for higher opportunities. That's why they're in Japan.
Okay, so
they're paying so much there. So I feel there needs to be industries here. Okay. They just have to be industries here that can pay, at least pay well, to retain the people here. Because we have, I was in Owerri, but the tech community in Uyo right now is bigger than the one in Owerri. Yeah. We are more like connected and all. But if you don't have something to retain them, big fish cannot swim in small rivers, they will go to a bigger river. So there has to be something that pays them to remain here.
Okay, so how can the government come in? If the gubernatorial candidate for PDP were to be here, what would you tell him? What can the government do, right? Because these tech brands are pretty much private-owned brands. So how can the government, whether assist or what can they do? I'm speaking from the governmental view. How can the government come in and ensure that the people who are earning in tech in Akwa Ibom are earning as well as those who are in Lagos? Because they are doing the same thing. It doesn't make sense for me to offer, for example, let's say I go to Lagos because I run a swimming academy. Let's say I go to Lagos and I charge a client 200,000 to teach that person how to swim, and then I come to you, and then the person's like, no, and you can't know it, right? So if someone, for example, designs a logo in Lagos, and the person earns 200,000 from designing that logo, why can't the person earn that same 200,000 in Uyo? How can the government come in?
Okay. How can the government come in? I feel there needs to be something like a competition. Okay, because there's always this like people that have ideas. I've been with friends, I'm a designer. I know a little about coding, but I have people that are professional developers. If you see when tech people think, they can be mad at that, like, why can we just do one application that will make me like sit down to just bounce me up? The truth is, these are great ideas. If the government can like place some kind of grant or something, that's okay. Ideas, best tech ideas in Uyo. So to make 2, 3, 4 tech people come together with an idea, and it will be more like a condition. Once you have this idea, you establish this in Uyo. Yeah. So that means that you will not be employers of labor, and because of their tech people that they will employ with tech people, they'll start bringing people to intern with them and all that. So it has to start with making them, giving investments to those people to stay in Uyo and establish that company. Even if you want to travel out, the company should be established here. Example, the 21-story building there. I don't know, but I heard the fee is very high. They can reduce it or give some people, because of, these are places that tech people want to stay. These are establishments that people that have ideas bring money. Yeah. So if that, and the good thing about Nigeria, there's a lot of problems we can solve. Right now, we cannot move with cash. I was able to go anywhere apart from me because of no cash. This is a problem that involves someone that is into tech to solve in a day. Because of, we are doing transfers and all, and I pity all these women in, for example, this one now, women that are trading. Me, I'm not really affected by my entire boat. But now I cannot just buy things on the way. I cannot buy, I used to buy the dollar. I cannot just just buy it. But if an entire company owned by young guys can come up with maybe a card system or something that everybody have in their shop. So once you just come, you put your card, you buy one. All these things are connected with tech. It's a solution. So tech is about solution. So if they can fund their solutions, remain in billionaire, more people will be inspired to come and invest in the solution.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gentle. I hope you are listening so that you pass all these impressive ideas to the gubernatorial candidate. All right, Mr. Abasiema, yes, you wrap up this conversation on the tech.
Please, I think you are happy to talk about the payment of salary and comparing Lagos to private state. Private state is also growing, standing. And what I want us to understand is the problem with the private state, we don't love ourselves. That's one thing. And two, value is very important. Just like a bottle of Eva water. The amount of money Eva bottle is, Eva bottle water is sold here is different from how it is being sold probably in a restaurant. Isn't it? So one thing, that's one thing we have to. Let's call it spade. I'm not being blunt, I don't manage words. We don't like ourselves, we don't love ourselves. And so the government of these states are not doing well for our people. Go to another state, we don't want to mention names. Every year, the governor will send like, you see 10 people outside the country, 20 to go and study medicine, some to go to Japan, when it comes to technology, Japan and India, they have a higher hand in that regard. But yeah, the difference is the case. So I think one, we have to start loving ourselves, loving what we have, celebrating what we have. Go to oil sector. People who are heading the oil sector are the Yorubas. Listen to the man line. The Yorubas, the Hausas, key positions like that are being managed by people who are not citizens. And because of that, there is a big time discouragement from the people. They are prefer to go and serve other people outside than to serve in their own state. So I think value is very important. When the government of the day places value on a citizen, things begins to move in this first account. Thank you very much.
In as much as we know that the government of the day is not really doing so much, but then there is we also as the people of Akwa Ibom State and in the local, we also have a part to play. Currently, I don't think anybody knows what NIDA is. NIDA means National Information Technology Development Agency. Currently, the National Information Technology Development Agency of Nigeria is hosting a cohort that's training about 30,000 people for free in blockchain development. Now, that's why before I say that information is power, knowledge itself is power. Now, these are things that we should avail ourselves to. Do you understand? The state government might not have done much, but currently the federal government is training Nigerians for free on blockchain development. That's because they've seen the future of tech. You get it? So the thing is, if we as people of Akwa Ibom State, we avail ourselves to these opportunities, now then we gain value for ourselves. Now, when you say that we're not being paid well in Akwa Ibom, that's very true. But then again, there's something called value. Now, when they get to find out that this particular person is almost indispensable, they have to pay you also worth. Because they need you. Now, before they have to need you, that means you have to be very good at what you do. And there is something called branding, personal branding. So I can actually be, I'm a developer. I wouldn't say that the developers that are being paid more than I'll ever get paid for a job. Now that's because of their brand. Do you know that these persons are known for these things? I'm still upcoming. So let's say this guy has been charging up to 250k for a job. They know what can pay me that amount. You get it? So that's how it works. So in as much as the government is not really doing so much, but then we should try as hard as possible to help ourselves out. Let's source for information. Because I'm saying that if most people knew about this current blockchain scholarship that's going on, then I would love to tap into these things. But they were very, very unaware of the information. So let's just try as much as possible to help ourselves. They say heaven helps those who help themselves. So let's help ourselves and then the government will do their part. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Basema. Before you just close, I want to add something to this. So,
Miss Mercy was talking, and she talked about paying 30,000 naira to them, because somebody behind said 30K. But then we are saying the same thing over and over. We are talking about adding value to yourself. You have to add value to yourself, whether you like it or not. So sometimes it's the information you get. So for instance, we know that the airport is here. We are coming from the airport, and we've gotten an information from somebody that if you come to the airport in Akwa Ibom State, you go, maybe you take keke and stop at maybe Plaza, take a bus and stop at Mwaniba, take another one and go to your destination. That information has made it easy for you. But if you are already having the general perception that once you come to the airport, there's going to be a small cab that will take you to your destination, and that cab is charging 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira. You already have the mindset that it is extremely difficult for you to achieve that. But once you get the right information that this is how you approach this, it's going to make everything easy for you. So open yourself to learning opportunities. Open yourself to adding value to yourself without necessarily considering how much you would spend for it. And of course, you have to know that value, you have to spend money to add value to yourself, whether you like it or not. So Naba has said that she spent 30K for a course, then it costs 1 and somebody's already shouting 30K, why for carrying show? So you have to understand the fact that you have to spend money to add value to yourself. Thank you very much.
Someone has a question, please.
Okay.
I have a question about the Japa. So like if I am a businessman, then I sell products, but that product is not high demanded in that state, and this other state or country is high demanded. So should I go to a new business high demand in that state, or I should Japa the lower states of the country?
I think it depends on where your cost of production will be low. So for example, if what you're producing, let's say it needs power supply, right? So for example, let me use, what? Okay, so let me say this in a private. So you know, see now, you have to go, who pump the boba, below your cost of production. So for example, where is it maybe where is the produce Ikwakoromi? Then Ikwakoromi, for we did produce maybe I produce a correct bene. I got your working for me in a correct bene. So you have no cheaper for we didn't want from correct bene, Ikwakoromi. Then it means that Kedo wiser. We need back in the banana Ikwakoromi, Seneca, other parts of the country, Kenya. Then Afunibo, oh. Yanka, maybe China, gave up, they take maybe the products, the material from the country. So what I'm saying is, what determines whether or not you leave one place to another as a producer or manufacturer is your cost of production. So anything you're producing, for some people who are in tech, what they need to work is power supply. So if, for example, Uyo, maybe the power issue in Uyo is very terrible, and let's say Enugu has a better power supply, and you are not like Mr. Gentle, you do not want to use solar. You say, no, let me leave Uyo to Enugu just because the power supply in Enugu is better. Then that makes sense. So always ask yourself, where can I get the cheapest? Because as a business person, you are looking at making profit at the end of the day. So look at, do your calculations. If I stay in New York, will it be cheaper for me? Will I make more profit by staying in New York? That's simply it. So anybody that wants to Japan has to answer all those questions. Does that answer your question? All right, thank you. All right.
Do we have any other questions from the audience?
No other question. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we will take for this final session. For everyone who has attended, please, I need you to go back home, open page 4 and 5 of this program, and read the strengths of Akwa Ibom State, read about the weaknesses of Akwa Ibom State, and ask yourself, how can I tap into these strengths, right? What are the weaknesses? Do I have any skill or talent that I can, leverage on, that I can fill a gap? So, for example, Eboke Seaport, Ayadidi Akwa Ibom, Agogo Bidemefo, Zeke me, Seaport on me, it benefit me, yeah. So, we make a minam, Yarado Seaport on me, man, arrive, I mean, come get them benefit. Okay, Akwa Ibom Airport. How can that be beneficial to me? So look at all these strengths. Ask yourself, okay, we have 5 million, we have that population of 5 million people. We have a functioning airport. We have a world-class e-library. And make that e-library, maybe almost we have a world-class golf course. Oh, maybe I need to learn how to play golf. Maybe I need to watch YouTube on how to play golf. Maybe, so many things. So read every single one of them and ask yourself, how can I tap in? How can I become a member of this community that is benefiting from the community, making lots of money, and having a great time? Impressive ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the event. And we're so grateful to you for being here from the very beginning to the end of this event.
Thank you so much for finding out time to be here, for finding out time to open yourselves to learning. I appreciate each and every one of you. The AGM team, thank you so much. The convener, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the event.
Yeah.
May God bless everybody. So let's stand up for our closing prayer now. Let's in Jesus' name, immortal and everlasting Father, thank you for your love, thank you for your grace, thank you for bringing us first back to this event. Thank you, Lord, for your presence that has been with us. Lord, as we go to our different destinations, we ask that your grace shall be sufficient unto us, and I pray your presence shall not depart from us in the mighty name of Jesus. What we have learned here will be able to be productive, and we'll be able to make profits for ourselves and for our society at large. In Jesus' most precious name we have prayed. Thank you so much, everyone. DJ, please give us some cool music.
Please play Akwa Ibom for us, DJ. Thank you.
Thank you so much. DJ, Akwa Ibom,